Hey guys, John Loxley here, back with our blind playthrough of Tacoma. So this is the 8th one that I've recorded today. This is gonna be the last one though. It's basically gonna be time to almost go to bed after I play this, after I record this. So about an hour from now is my bedtime. You know, that's it's a weekend, and I didn't have to work today, which is nice, so I'm taking this time to kind of catch up. Now, I do expect this will be the last episode, although there's still the cryogenics wing, so I don't know, there still could be another 2 or 3 episodes after this one I'm going to try and kind of push through, because I really want to see where this goes. Although, I mean, look at this. Doesn't this feel like the end? This feels like the end, so we'll see. Ooh. Yeah, it was 14 hours ago. I was gonna say Sarah, I haven't seen her yet. In your hands. Well, yes.
Is this... What is all this? Communication records?
I cannot prevent you from accessing exposed data in this restricted area.
There's,
Yes. Yeah, he's recording. It is with great sadness that I address you today, February 29th, 2088. Mere hours ago, 6 loyal men and women, the crew of Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma.
Okay. Okay, so first off, that looks like GLaDOS. Got it. Secondly, raw recording Tacoma disaster statement. Not to be released before a date. Illegal data accessed by crew member Sarah Hasmati 14 hours ago. Confidential data transferred to local AR rig. Does that mean her rig or my rig? Illegal data accessed by crew member Sarah Hasmati 14 hours ago. And he is saying that everybody died on the station, but how do they know if they haven't done anything yet?
Lost their lives serving Venturas, and all of us who rely on the orbital economy.
Okay, question. Why is he saying they're dead already when he doesn't know for certain that they are? Is it some sort of ploy to get the insurance money? Because he is getting ready to get evicted from the board, right? I don't know. I guess we will potentially see.
Tragically, due to human error on the part of the crew,
Oh, fuck you.
Venturas rescue technicians were not made aware of the catastrophic oxygen loss until it was too late. Our heartfelt thoughts and prayers are with their families.
Okay, he's saying, yeah, not the crew, but the people that were supposed to be monitoring. Like, so on Earth's side, I guess?
If only tragedies like this were avoidable. But in truth, they are. As we know, each minute that human workers spend stationed isolated in orbit is another opportunity for heroes like the crew of Tacoma to lose their lives.
Well, there you go. He was talking about the, he's gonna use, never let a tragedy go to waste, right? That's the phrase. He's gonna use this to try and push that bill through. Presumably again, because it's already been voted against. Saying that, oh yeah, AI, you know, they need to not be monitored when, you know, in effect, that's kind of short-term thinking, because apparently AI can just go to shit on their own, like the Hake one, that medical AI did. So if they're just ignored, they just go to shit, and you could potentially lose a lot more when you have thousands of lives on the line. Just saying. But again, that's one of those, you know, potentially the peons are aware of it, and they are the ones that are saying, "Hey, higher ups, you need to listen to this." And the higher ups are like, "Nah, it's not a problem." And then something happens, and people are like, "Why did nobody say anything? Why did no one notice?" Blah blah blah. It's kind of like that. So
We at Venturists say no more. The partisan obstructionism that led to the failure of the Orbital Workers' Safety Bill has claimed its last victim. Today, we hereby renew our solemn pledge to fight for the legalization of fully automated orbital facilities. We encourage, we humbly beg everyone listening to this message to contact their OSEP representative and voice their support in honor of the crew of Tacoma.
okay, hang on a second. This is a public access, right? Or public address? This dude, Venturi, is broadcasting it. Well, I mean, maybe, right? Because it says Tacoma disaster statement not to be released before whatever time. We don't know what the actual date is, I don't think. Oh, hang on. It doesn't say. We don't know what the actual date is. But potentially, I mean, this could be an actual public broadcast, which is, I mean, they're doing it ahead of time, sure, but whatever. Why is this confidential? Because it's under an embargo? Who knows?
There never need be another tragedy like this one. And now, a moment of silence in their memory. Okay, and then we just cut it there, silent for a minute, and then what? Amazing Grace? No, I don't need another take. That was fine.
Okay, I mean, I don't... He's a politician. Basically, he's not. He's a CEO, but kind of the same thing. I don't. I don't know. I mean, this is supposed to be the big emotional impact. It's kind of, at least for me, it's kind of falling flat, to be honest, because this dude is a dick. He's supposed to be a dick. I don't really see how this is like the big twist, right? Oh my god, did you know he did this statement? He doesn't care about us at all. Well, we've known that, right? So is this gonna be like Moon, where they all escape at the end somehow? I don't know.
When Steve asked me to voice Sergio, he didn't exactly say that Sergio was the villain of the story. But I could tell by the way he described Sergio, sort of smooth, confident, the public face of a big corporation, that he probably wasn't going to be the hero. So when I got the script, I learned that Sergio speaks in monologues rather than dialogue with other characters. That got me thinking about how video games present characters through PA systems or audio logs. So I was thinking about games like System Shock 2 and of course BioShock and Andrew Ryan. So I began to think about how to convey Sergio's villainy in a sort of video gamey way, which is to say, not how I normally teach actors to work, which means the kind of acting you typically find in video games. It sort of insists that the actor wear that one defining thing about a character on his sleeve. So villains sound properly villainous. So when it came time to record, I asked Steve and Carla what they were looking for, and Steve just said, "Be yourself." And I was like, And Steve said, "No, we really want you to just be your kind of genial, soothing self. Don't play the villainy. just play it straight, which I translated to mean find the truth, which is what actors do. There are a lot of things to admire about Tacoma, but for me it's the naturalness of the performances that really delivers the characters and roots them in a believable reality. It's the way that we don't tell you what you're supposed to think or feel about these characters, and the way we don't distill our roles into easily recognizable types. As actors, we make choices that trust the player to construct meaning on her own rather than pulling from a bag of tricks that every actor owns. I think when you trust your actors like that, you're really communicating a sense of trust in your players as well.
Okay, so that's a lot of bullshit, I think. So we're gonna... This guy's the villain, but, you know, you don't portray him as the villain because you don't want to force these people to think he's the villain. They need to come to it on their own. But he's really the villain. So make sure that he's the villain, but don't sound like the villain. So he's the villain, but he doesn't sound like the villain. It's like, come the fuck on. Oh, you have to trust your players to come to the right conclusion on their own, but we're not saying he's the villain, but you better know he's the villain. Like, come on. I'm playing this game. Sergio is not the villain. You know, when you talk about storytelling, right? There's shit, you know how long this has been? But we're talking about man versus whatever. That's the conflict in the story, right? So there's man versus man versus society, man versus event or something like that. I don't recall all the different like tropes, but you have protagonist versus one of several opponents, right? So in this case, Sergio is not the villain of the game. It is the characters versus the event. You know, they are tasked with dealing with what has happened to them, not Sergio. Sergio has no effect, as far as I could tell. I mean, sure, he could be like, yeah, don't send up a rescue crew just yet because we're going to use this for our benefit, and sure, that would make him a villain, but not the villain of the game. It would not make him the antagonist. The antagonist of the game is the event that led to, you know, the meteor or the debris or whatever that led to the events that we're currently dealing with. It's not Sergio himself. The thing about reality is it is the majority of people are indifferent to the suffering of others, right? Think about any natural disaster. You have a hurricane and then you see a bunch of like ruined houses on the news. How much do you really feel for them? For those people that you don't know? You know? Do you break down crying? No. Yet one person that is close to you dies. And people lose their emotional control and they fall apart and start, you know, openly weeping, right? That's reality. This guy, this Sergio, he doesn't give a shit about the crew. He doesn't know them. They're just like the people in the hurricane. Just like the people that we ignore the suffering of on a daily basis. He's not the villain. You know? Don't insult me by pretending that he is the villain of this. And maybe, you know, maybe it's the voice actor. Maybe it's Michael Abbott. Because he was like, Fulbright was like, you know, just play him straight. Don't make him the villain. He's like, oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Wink, wink. And they're like, no. I mean, maybe Fulbright is playing it real. Or maybe they were like, oh, yes, he's not the villain, but he's the villain. You know, I have no idea. I have no idea. I will say, if this is the conclusion, it is not the epic conclusion that I was hoping for. Right? Review data. Okay, off-station message with VTAI handler. Okay. New top-tier AI directives transmitted overrides all prior existing directives. So we have a time here. Wait. AI shall explosively decompress all oxygen tanks. Okay, that is different. Right? So that is actually... Now that's, you know, some shit. And I'm going to be honest, is less interesting. This dude, Sergio, doing the killing the crew is less interesting than a environmental disaster in which they have to, you know, respond to. At least for me. So I'm a little disappointed by this. Disable all external communication channels. Fabricate data showing oxygen comms outage were caused by meteor impacts. Ensure crew enters cryogenic stasis ASAP. AI shall not contravene any aspect of the above directives. Provide crew with any information contradicting the above scenario. These are orders effective immediately. Off-station message with VTAI handler. Disable all external communication channels accessible by crew. So there are still external communications. Right? Okay, so this is Odin. Will this not endanger the lives of Tacoma's crew? No, a rescue craft will be dispatched to retrieve them once they are in cryo. Proceed with the above directives without exception. We will be monitoring your actions via secure comms connection directly to Odin to Odin Unit Cognitive Center. Okay, so I mean, I get it. Oh, what? Oh, it's all this stuff.
Odin's wetware is this little drawer that, with the gold handle that Amy pulls out of this pillar and takes back to her ship. And the player doesn't really get a long look at Odin during the little animation that plays. So I am including a little snapshot render of the model itself. When we first started talking
about
Odin's design, like not Odin the room, but Odin the actual, this little individual piece of wetware, Carla had mentioned the shapes and forms of a Romanesco cauliflower. And in my first version of the model, I'd actually taken up an alpha or black and white height map, essentially, of a Romanesco cauliflower and sort of pressed it into the actual model to get the shapes. But it was a bit noisy and it didn't really read as intended. It made some cool patterns, but it was also a little cluttered visually. So we did a second pass on the model and we made him look more brain-like, more wetware-like, more organic. And in Odin 2.2, it felt more like a living piece of technology than the previous rendition had. And I remember spending a lot of time painting out the little veins and things in there. And I really like how gross it looks. This is another part of it. I tried to make it as glossy and weird as I could. So that's Odin. He's actually, he's a handsome voice in a gross little box.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm a little oh, is that all of them? Well, okay. I'm a little honestly disappointed. Right? I'm a little bit disappointed that it's sabotage. Right? Because I mean, I get it. The dude's desperate. He's getting ready to get kicked off the board and his company taken from him. So he's like, hey, let's just fabricate an accident. And yet one would think, I don't know, it's kind of like the Asimov's laws of robotics or whatever. You know, don't harm a human, don't allow a human to be harmed by your inaction, and then something else. And this feels like, you know, it just feels very contrived. Like, oh, hey, we're going to do this. And he's like, won't this endanger the crew? And they're like, oh, no, that's fine. And yet the AI would have had to have known that cryo itself contains some risk, right? I'm sure there's times where people go in and they come out 20 minutes later and they die. That itself would be endangering the life of, you know, the person. So, I don't know. Yes, I'm reading into it, but at the same time, it's like, if you have this great game, right? It's like these people dealing with a disaster. And at the very end, oh, no. It's the disaster was fabricated because this dude, he was behind it the whole time. It's like, that's dumb. It turns it from these people have to survive, there was nothing they could have done, to oh no, did you know this guy's actually the villain of the story? It's it's now I don't know how to describe it. It's you're switching the thing. You know, it's like it just feels really dumb. It just feels really dumb. Illegal data access by crew member. Right, okay. Tacoma rescue craft launch scheduled. T-minus. Rescue craft launch canceled. Relaunch scheduled for relaunch unscheduled. The rescue craft departure has been intentionally canceled. Yes. So the AI handler. Oh. Wait, is this an AI? Without a rescue craft, crew will expire from lack of oxygen or cryosleep overexposure within 12 hours. Unfortunately, circumstances outside your concern make this unavoidable. AI may not reopen comms to contact orbital craft or facilities. AI may not provide crew with confidential information. These are direct orders. Do not contact us about this issue again. Right? So, in the military, you are not required to follow a unlawful order. Right, so let's go full ridiculous. Let's say you're given an order to murder another person in cold blood. You can be like, fuck you. Right? Now there's a very limited set of circumstances where you can basically refuse to follow orders. I would assume an AI in charge of, that has the capability to harm humans would have those things installed. That's why it's like you had me up until this point, and now my bullshit sensors are going off. This is like this Deus Ex Machina stuff. Like, come on, guys. I thought you were better than this. Like, that really, it kind of upsets me because it's such a bullshit final thing, right? Like, and they're spelling it all out for you in case you weren't able to figure it out on your own. Prepared especially for Sergio Venturi by Ventura's corporate strategic AI Juno. Right, and you have all this recorded stuff going back and forth, and it's like, no one will ever see this. This is secure. It's totally secure. No one will ever find any of this ever. Come on, man. It's recorded. It's saved somewhere. It's saved somewhere. It's always going to be a problem. Especially, leaks, anything else. Like, this dude is dumb. We're talking, like, if this was real, and we're talking, at the very least, prison time. right? Prison time, at the very least, you'll get kicked off your board. You know, I don't even know what happens. You know? You get sued to oblivion. Following the failure of the Venturis Backed Orbital Workers Safety Bill in OSEP Congress, there is no significant probability of the Human Oversight Accord being repealed. Without a repeal, Venturis-built facilities cannot begin operation. To this end, I have simulated a number of theoretical world events and estimated their impact on successive OSEP Congress votes. Now, also, you are trying to not get kicked off the board. This is also why it's stupid, right? The board is actively trying to kick you off. And your solution is, well, let's fabricate a tragedy or create a tragedy so that we can get this thing repealed through a second vote. This is legal stuff. The bill was defeated. I don't know that much about Congress and law and stuff like that. I would assume you would have to restart the whole freaking thing. And that could, maybe 6 months to a year, right? To get it through whatever. And you'd be out by that time. So you're doing this shit and jeopardizing yourself for no gain. You're out, buddy. You are out. You're out at the next freaking shareholder meeting or whatever, which is probably in like a month or a couple weeks or a week or something like that. Like, you pissed off your board, or your board wants to kick you out. You're done, man. There's nothing you can do. You know, it's just, like I said, I don't know much about but it seems like changing any kind of regulation or law would take a long time. A long time. Longer than it would take for them to kick you off the board. I'm just saying. They're actively trying to kick you off the board. Actively trying. Congress and senators, they don't give a shit. They're just pulling their paycheck. They don't care. Okay. Let's read the rest of this shit. Simulate, and I do mean shit. Like, why would you end the game like this? What are you guys thinking? Simulated world events include a precipitous decline of the orbital market, an extended strike by orbital worker union members, the assassination of OSET members opposed to the HOA, and more. None of these definitively motivated a repeal of the HOA in simulations. However, in the event that all crew of a major orbital facility were tragically lost due to accident not caused by negligence, I calculate 94% likelihood of the Accord being repealed within 3 months following this incident. See, even so, you'd be gone within 3 months. It doesn't matter if they repeal it, you're gone, buddy. The board's like, hey, we're going to kick you out at the next freaking meeting, which is probably within 3 months. It's probably within a month. I don't know. If they don't want you, you're gone. This would allow Venturis built facilities to begin operation immediately. Following this, I estimate a reversal of Venturis stock decline, resulting in a record stock price within 1 year of the Venturis belt beginning operation. Additionally, right? Let me know if you have any questions. He's getting kicked off the board because the stock took a shit. You're talking a year. Venturis belt facilities to begin operation immediately. Reversal of the stock, record stock price within 1 year. They might still get rid of you. Because, well, this tragedy that happened, it wasn't because of you. It was an accident, right? You had nothing to do with it. You're still a loser. We're still kicking you off the board, and then we don't have to pay you once the stock goes to record highs. So suck it, Thank you, Juno. Is there a facility that you consider an ideal candidate if we were to move forward with your recommendation? Based on low public profile of crew on board and projected financial impact of their loss, best option currently in the Venturis fleet would be Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma. I recommend renewing all crew members aboard for a successive posting to allow time for logistical organization of this operation. Thank you, Juno. I'll be in touch. So it's not even like immediately. Recommend renewing all crew members. So when did this actually take place? Like, he is out. It's not going to take a year to kick him out. I mean, this is a board we're talking about. These are a bunch of people. And if he has pissed them off to the point where they're like, you suck, we are actively... Like, these are... I'm going to be honest. I don't know much about, CEO level shit, logistics, board meetings, all that stuff. But I've been around people that hate my guts. And if they want you out, you are out, right? Like, this is not Congress. This is not like, hey, we're going to call a recess. We're going to call a recess in a month. We're going to wait for the next shareholder meeting. This is like, you fucked up, buddy. You are out. Hey, motion to dismiss CEO. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Oh, no one's opposed? Okay. Motion passes. You're out, shithead. You are out. That's how I would imagine it is. You're out. This is fucking stupid. Fulbright, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? This is how you end your game? Jesus fucking Christ, I am pissed.
If someone were to override that protocol, external communications channels would be restored.
Oh, how fucking convenient. See, this is the shit that I mean, right? External communications could be restored. So did they get evacuated?
Odin. Thank you. Hailing any ship. Any ship within radio range of Lunar Transit Station Tacoma. This is an SOS. Is anybody out there?
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. So you're telling me this is the shit that pisses me off. Like, we go to the station, crew was evacuated, right? They told us that from the beginning. Crew evacuated, AI shut down. So it is hinging upon our ignorance, but we would have actually known what the fuck went down. It would have been all over the fucking news. Right? Oh, hey, I gotta go get that, get the AI back because, from that orbital station that the CEO tried to kill to push his agenda forward. Oh yeah, that one? Yeah, I'm going to that. Come the fuck on. Come the fuck on. They told us from the beginning, oh, it's evacuated. Oh, it's evacuated. And then we get here and they're like, oh, there's some disaster. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, I'm fucking pissed. I'm sorry. You invalidated your whole freaking drama because I didn't know if these people were alive or dead. Now we know they're all alive. I mean, it told us, right? Crew was evacuated. But I was like, well, okay, maybe that's not blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's not fully accurate, whatever. I don't know. Oh, it looks like they're not going to make it. This and this and that. And I'm like, oh, well, shit. I guess, we're going to go to the cryo thing and we're going to find a bunch of dead bodies or something like that. Or we're going to find the cryopods were all taken. But now we learned they were fucking rescued. Like that, it kills all the drama. Right? It would have been better had you... Okay, we go in here, ignore all this shit. Ignore all this shit. I don't care about Sergio doing this shit. Oh, you restored communications. It's like, hey, she got here and there was a special hidden communications thing. And she was able to enable it. Like, he knew about it, but he couldn't tell them because it was, above their clearance level. Some corporate logistical bureaucratic bullshit, right? They go in, re-enable it, and hey, we need help. I'm like, okay. They lucked out. They were able to survive. Not, this guy tried to kill him, and because of stupid bullshit, they were able to succeed and escape. And I'm a little fucking annoyed. This you screwed the whole freaking drama of your thing, because instead of them fighting valiantly against the odds, against fate, against bullshit bureaucracy, like, it's not against anybody, it's against nature, or whatever, this overwhelming force. It's against time or whatever. They're the ones that are striving forward. Now it's, oh no, now it's against this one dude, and this other dude helped them, and now they're all gonna escape because it was all fake, guys. It was just bullshit. It didn't come the fuck on. Come the fuck on. Communications locked down, manually overridden, external communications restored, SOS relay enabled, communications signal established. Although we did notice, right, the tanks were blown from the inside, not from the outside. Right? I thought that was interesting. Release Odin wetware. Randomly generating confirmation passphrase zebra fox trait 0853. Final contractor confirmation pin code for entry on physical wetware device. There's the wetware. Oh, and so it generates a thing 0451. Why do you have to punch something in? Okay. What was the confirmation passphrase? I don't care. Okay. So now we go back. I guess we'll see if maybe we hit up the cryo. God, it's such a... Oh, here we go. Okay. So fucking stupid. Such a dumb way to end. Man, you guys were doing well. What the fuck? Records show AI cognition medium has been successfully removed. Please return to your vessel immediately. Delivery coordinates for Venturis HQ have been provided. Payment will be made once AI integrity is verified. I have to pick up the thing still. But I guess we're gonna walk by it anyway. Like, that's the other thing. It's like you're relying on the ignorance of people. It's like freaking Persona 5, right? Where the main character is privy to all the freaking the twists and shit at the end of the game, but oh, they just forgot. It's like, how fucking stupid are you? Come on, that would be the biggest news ever. That's it. We see the wet room removed from the system. Almost there now to get you home. See you soon. H. Plot twist, H is an AI. Amy Tacoma job. Wow. Sorry, Fulbright. I'm a little annoyed. Like, that is a shitty way to end. Oh no. No, it turns out it was actually the bad guy all along. Like the Scooby-Doo ending. Oh, there was this ghost. It's like the supernatural. And then, we took the mask off the ghost. And it was Old Man Winters from the abandoned amusement park. It's like, no, there is no fantasy. There's no magic in the world. Everything is mundane. It's like the bullshit of, it was all a dream. It was all a dream. Like, if you ever wonder why people hate that shit so much, recoverable AR crew record. Here we go. Hey, we made it, guys. Oh my god, so amazing. It's so amazing. We're all alive. Oh my god. AR crew record data recovered. Is he gonna say thank you or some bullshit?
He's still waking up. Just keep him talking.
So the drone worked?
No, the drone didn't work.
Oh, so VT is picking us up.
No, VT is definitely not picking us up.
What's going on then?
We're going to Jupiter, Andrew. Isn't that exciting?
I've never been.
Now, give him a break. We're not going to be home for a while. You're not going to miss your kid's graduation or anything, are you?
Oh, Nicholas, no. Yeah, you know Nicholas. Why, he would never do something like that.
I'm not gonna get any of the extra stuff. You know, like the little work desktops or whatever. I care, but at this point it's like, oh man, it's so amazing. Don't you think that guy? Oh, he was so terrible. Oh, you know, it's like you know, if you like, let me, you know, just put it this way, right? Would it have been as dramatic if you had known they had been rescued from the very beginning? It mentioned it. It gave us a little hint. It's like, oh, crew evacuated. You know, AI shut down, except the AI wasn't shut down. So, you know, and then crew evacuated. Maybe you shouldn't have told us that at all. You know, maybe it should have been like, hey, this and this and that. But seriously, if you had given away the quote unquote twist at the beginning of the game, like, oh man, you know, there's this dude, like he tried to kill his crew to advance his career, we would have gone in and we'd have been like, well, they're fine. You know, there's no drama, there's no suspense, because we know everything's going to turn out okay. No, it's like the whole point is that you don't know if they make it out. That's the whole point. Jesus fuck. I'm really upset because it's like everything else was so good. You guys, you put so much thought into it, and then you just, you know, it's like, I don't know, football metaphor, you just fuck up at the, like, a yard before the touchdown. I don't know. Whatever. You fucked up at the end. You tripped. You're winning the marathon, and then all of a sudden you trip at the last, or not even trip. You don't trip. You shoot yourself in the foot. You freaking sit down. It's like the tortoise and the hare. You know, you're so convinced you're gonna win, you freaking sit down at the very end and take a little nap, and the tortoise just runs right by you. It's like,
She said they'd be kind of out of it for a while.
wait, so Nat survived. 18% chance of survival, and she's alive. Or, no, she never went into cryo, did she? But she's moving around fine with a hip fracture, though, isn't she?
Andrew, what's important is we're getting out of this alive. We're gonna be somewhere where VT can't touch us for a good long while.
What does that even mean? They should be suing the shit out of the corporation. Like, seriously. Like, that dude is out. Or, you know what? I mean, they would sue the corporation because he's probably got a lot of money, but the corporation has more. And I found out about this thing called, what is it? Jointly and severally liable, right? Which means you can sue people together and force whoever with the most money to pay you the full amount. And then the person with the most money is responsible for getting their share of the money from other people, right? So you could sue VT and be like, hey, I want VT to be jointly and severally liable with, what is his name, Sergio, right? You could sue both of them and say, I want them to be jointly and severally liable. And so you win, assuming you win, which I would assume with all the documentation would be pretty easy to do. Seriously, so VT being a major corporation instead of an individual would pay right up. And then they would be responsible for going after Sergio, which they would probably happily do. those board members were super fucking pissed at him. They would happily grind him into the dirt and reclaim all their funds that they lost. And they would probably lose a lot. Ugh. Jesus fucking Christ, Fulbright. You had me. You had me. Why did you let me down like this?
We're gonna be safe.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah. That's good. Hi, Evie, Clive. You feeling okay?
I'm feeling okay.
We're feeling okay.
Yeah, great. I'm
Hey
okay.
everybody, our ride is here.
I bet they're happy. How much oxygen do they actually have left? You know? Like, because now they're all awake. And they were down to 10 hours with only 3 people. So, well, probably 5. You know, something like that. So, I mean, okay, they're probably fine. I mean, I have enough oxygen to be on here.
This is it. Take one last look and say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right. Let's go.
Oh, docking. Really? We go out this way? Oh, no, no, no. Wait. Hold space to restart. Rescue vessel docking in. Oh, okay. This is where we go. No, yes. That is where we go, because we have the, thing, we have the little notebook thing, and then we also have the wetware. So we're good. Apparently the gloves are gravity as well, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. And this is supposed to be like the, hey, you're going back to the ship, reflect on all the memories you've had of this place. Maybe put your little AR things back. Open the windows. Check out the, make sure you put back your things, otherwise we're gonna charge you. Let's see. Attention subcontractor from that one, that AI. I'm now the overseeing entity of this operation. You shall report to me. Contractor shall return all Venturous AI components. Uh-huh. Oh, well, no. Okay. I thought they were talking about the AI, the augmented reality stuff. Contractor shall purge all confidential data encountered while on Venturous property. I trust there's no need to remind you of the severe consequences for deviating from the above. Be seeing you soon. Why does that even matter? Because they got released to the public, didn't they? Or did they not? Like, if I were those people, I'd be like, Odin, download all that shit to my whatever. Hardware dispensing paused. Okay, well, alright. Or is this like, no, you're gonna tell the man that you're not gonna do that and you're gonna keep that stuff on board, or so that you can, like it should not be even me necessarily needing the quote-unquote confidential data, right? These people aren't gonna cover for him, right? I mean, did the public relations stuff not go out? Did the announcement that they're all dead not go out? Is that what happened? Is that another twist? Like 3D chess bullshit?
Minnie, I'm back.
Okay.
Alright, shove the brain tray into the... Oh, it doesn't fit. It needs to be greased a little bit.
Ship is ready to depart. Please strap into the pilot seat.
There is a new one. Wait. Building cryopods, cleaner bots. Which one is this? Ending of Tacoma. Hang on. No, there's 2 we missed. We're going back for those. I don't care. I'm a tiny sphere. It doesn't matter. Listen carefully for instructions. Okay, well. I didn't think there'd be any more, to be quite honest. They updated the list when I wasn't paying attention, but I'm still pissed. Like, I am legitimately pissed. Okay, where are the new ones? Oh, really? So there's 2 on each side? Okay, here we go. What is this? Expand. Upon exiting cryogenic stasis, you may feel groggy for 2 to 4 hours. Do not operate machinery during this time. Medical staff will supply you with 1 liter of water per hour. If necessary, IV fluids will be administered, not administrated. You will also be supplied with a chemically activated warming blanket. If you still feel cold after 30 minutes, please alert medical staff. You would think your suit would have it built in. Or there would be some sort of cryo suit that you would put on, right? Don't worry if you have difficulty understanding instructions. A staff member will help you comply. Right, so here we go. Unoccupied. 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 Well, that makes sense. I mean, these 3 didn't go into their pods.
The cleaner bot was originally made when the game was a lot more zero-G, and it was meant to fly everywhere, kind of add personality and also life to a place that would otherwise be empty.
Well, one of the things I like about the bot, Tynan, it's one of the few characters in the game that you feel like you can really dynamically play around with. Like, you can actually touch that character and like throw it around. And the fact that it doesn't have a ton of animation, as a sound designer, I really love characters like that because it means that I can express pretty much anything I want. It's almost like a blank canvas. So randomly, like, the cleaner bot will kind of talk to you, but it only says like 3 or 4 things. It was just an opportunity to have it sort of respond to you and the world.
So was it you? Were you the bot? Who was the voice actor?
Oh, like of the actual voice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's my husband, Mark, actually. Yeah, like I grabbed him when he got home, and it was really funny because, you know, whatever, like we all make games, you know, and Mark does not, and he like kept on. It's like the longest recording session I've ever been in, dude. It was like 3 files, and he literally wanted to just read it over and over and over, and I was trying to explain to him that it didn't really matter because I was going to manipulate it so much. And I just sat there patiently recording for like 30 minutes, these like 3 wave files. He is super proud of the cleaner bot, though.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Immediately after hearing this, he wanted a divorce. I don't know why. I'm kidding. It's nice. Yeah, you know, it's fine. Whatever. Okay, so tell me that's booze. It's not, obviously, but same thing. Yep, cryogenic stasis. Okay, these were the ones that were used. We have... Okay, there's the heat blanket. Nice. Do not open outer package until ready to use. Move blanket. Expose the blanket to air. 15 to 20 minutes to allow the blanket to heat. Well, that's kind of shitty. And that's the blanket, right? It's still in the package? Or is it not? 6 hours of heat. Those little chemical things are never good. Little chemical thing. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. Okay, unoccupied. Can you tell if it's been used or not? I can't. Aside from the blankets, I would say... Okay. Wrapper. Emergency heating pack. Okay, well, let's...
So, the cryopods here in Hub are meant to freeze the crew in case of emergency. And these pods can be seen through the cryo room window in Hub from the very beginning of the game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The story or the mystery of whether the crew are in the pods or not. I tried to make a script that would effectively make it so the glass on the cryopods is opaque and then slowly becomes transparent as you move in. However, when I was making this script, there was a fun event, the test color I used, it was a blood red. It did look like the cryopods were all filled with blood, which then kind of dissipated into a mist as you approached. This is the kind of thing you want to show your fellow teammates. Before I did that, I decided to get the skeleton model that is in medical and put one in every one of the cryopods, and then call people over and have them give it a shot. It's the kind of thing you really want to do when you're showing off a new feature.
You know, that sounded like sarcasm, but that sounds actually legitimately awesome. And so can you actually see the cryopods? I mean, I guess, right? All right, we are going to run back to the ship. We're going to try the ending, and then maybe we will come back in and redo the beginning and see if we can see the pods through the glass. Because I thought this was not... I mean, I guess I didn't really pay that much attention. But that's the last ones, right? Oh, the ending of Tacoma is the last one. Okay, so we've gotten all of them. I'm still pissed. It's like... I'm actually not sure why I'm so mad. Maybe it's because it feels like a bait and switch for the ending, where it's like disaster, and they're fighting valiantly against the disaster, and then it's just a guy that did something, and that's bad, and it's easily fixed. It's super easily fixed. So it's all this struggle that they went through and all this stuff. It amounted to nothing. I almost wanted them all to die. At least because then it would be a tragedy. Like, oh man, they struggled so hard and they worked so hard and ultimately failed. But, it's beautiful nonetheless. Or it just kind of invalidates everything. Because, hey, yeah, we just, wouldn't you know it? It was just it was all bullshit. The computer just turned off. We had to just turn the radios back on. We just had to turn those back on and then call for help. And there was a ship like right there, and they just came and they picked us up, and everybody's fine. All the 18% chance of survival. That's like 1 in 6. But she's fine, no problems. I keep forgetting she never went into cryo. Hip fracture, she's fine. I'm still, that's how mad I am. I'm super mad. What did you guys do? Okay.
The fun thing for us about where Tacoma ends up is that the whole game has been about Amy, who's voiced by Sarah Grayson, who did the voice of Sam in Gone Home, coming into contact finally with Odin, who's voiced by Carl Lumbly, who played Porter in Minerva's Den, and them kind of getting to be cool friends and ride off into the sunset together.
And fighting crime.
Yeah, maybe. We don't know.
They're totally fighting crime.
That's
They're fighting
true.
AI crime.
Corporate crime.
Come on.
Fair point. And also, I really wanted to have kind of a hell yeah kind of moment at the end and be like, oh, you were there to save him and now you get to escape.
Even if what's going to go on past that point might be a little more difficult.
Right. Like, it's once, it's sort of what Odin implies in the first conversation he has with Sarah, where it's like, once the AILF actually has their hands on an AI, it's not clear if they really know what they're going to do with it. But, getting him out of the hands of Venturis is step one.
Yeah.
And then relying on their sovereignty as a free orbital platform is step 2, I guess, maybe, or them having to go into hiding. I don't even know.
Even though Juno is on the track of Amy in some way, and even if Amy's harder to track down than it looks, it still might be a problem.
Yeah, and
probably.
And so I think that we don't know where the stories in our games go after the end of the credits. And so I think we're really focused on, what happens within the text and the possibilities of where that could go next, and hopefully those seem interesting. So thank you so much for playing through Tacoma with commentary mode enabled. Yeah. We hope that you learned some things about how the game was made and how different people on the team thought about their work than you would have otherwise. And just thank you in general for taking time to play the game.
Nina and Tynan did a shit ton of work cutting up all of these VO files.
Yeah, thank you.
And we should thank them as well.
Thank you, Nina and Tynan, for editing these hundreds of minutes of commentary into the thing that people just played through.
Into concise, beautiful nuggets of information.
Oh, we'll see about that.
They're concise and beautiful.
A lot of them were us talking, so I don't know about beautiful necessarily.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, everybody. See you next time.
So their vision of the ending is that Amy, my character, takes Odin and does not do her job, takes him to the AI Liberation Front, and everyone is on the lam from the law. That's what you think the ending is. I saw nothing of that. I assumed Amy would take the AI, right? And go back to Venturis or whatever and collect her paycheck. There was nothing that said anywhere, oh yeah, Amy's gonna stick it to the man. She's gonna become a fugitive on the run. None of that shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't take back the good things that I said about Fulbright, but you guys need to work on your story in general. I think you have the human element down. I think you have a lot of the nuance down. You guys, honestly, seriously, really good stuff. But the ending, the poor execution, honestly killed all my enjoyment of the game. Like, I am super fucking pissed. You know, I'm glad I got to experience the ending, but Jesus fucking Christ. That was just a shit show. That was just... Come on. Okay, so what I'm planning to do is... Right, we'll end the game. See, what was that? Was that, you know, straps or something? I don't know. Why... Yeah, there you go. Just throw your garbage somewhere.
Minnie. Initiate the launch sequence.
Okay. Getting ready.
So Minnie is on the ship,
AI online.
not in the notepad?
Odin, can you hear me?
I can.
Odin, you are now aboard an AI Liberation Front vessel.
Oh, fuck off.
The AILF recognizes you as a sentient consciousness worthy of protection and respect. We believe that your safety and autonomy are in grave danger if you remain in the possession of the Venturis Corporation. I have been sent to offer you political asylum aboard the Tangier Sovereign Orbital Platform. Do you accept?
Considering the alternative, I would say that I do.
Okay, buddy. Here we go.
That's still a shitty ending, I'm sorry. Alright, can I click through this? Hold space to skip. Yep, let's do that. Normally, I just watch the credits. I use that time to mentally decompress, In any of the previous, I mean, that's me personally, any of the previous Let's Plays that I've done, I've watched the credits, I've kind of, ruminated on my experiences playing the game, but the ending, you had two twists. One, that, okay, even though they told you and potentially gave you a hint, yes, that's fine. Even though they told you that they were evacuated and the AI was disabled, it's like, okay, you don't know, right?
All right, honey. Ready to start docking sequence?
Okay.
So
Engaging retro thrusters now.
it's like crew evacuated. We'll take a look, right? Man, it was so.
Transfer station Tacoma. Commercial cargo transit facility. Crew evacuated.
See, there you go.
Station AI offline.
Station AI offline.
Breathable air on Tacoma for a crew of 1 should be more than sufficient. Docking now.
Like, I mean, because let's be straight up. If you're like, hey, there's no drama. We're gonna put you in a room with some journals of the people that used to work there.
Nice.
And
Thanks,
you're gonna go into this room and there's journals of people that used to work there, but they don't work there anymore. You'd be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Like there's nothing. See, there you go. That's the stuff, right? And then you get to the end and you're like, by the way, Odin, I'm a badass spy. Like, so I didn't need to do anything with learning about the people or none of that. I mean, you didn't have to, granted, but like, come on. So I am kind of a terrorist organization.
Talk to you when I'm back. Don't let anybody scan the ship while I'm gone.
Okay. Right, so what I want to do is basically we're going to go through, we're going to just peek in the cryo stuff, take hardware, that's fine. Venturis Technologies AR/OS initializing augmented reality operating system. So you...
Hello, I am Odin.
See? Oh, well, pre-recorded message. Okay, fair enough.
I have recorded this message to welcome guests aboard. Before I can set up your station profile,
oh Jesus
you
Christ!
must register your body positional data with Tacoma's AR tracking systems. Please place your hand on the AR figure's palm. Your body positional data has been registered with Tacoma's AR network. Please sign in to confirm your identity. Thank you. Welcome aboard. While aboard Tacoma Station, please remember that all activity on this facility is monitored by AR recording. All activity records become sole property of the Venturis Corporation. Any questions about privacy and personal privacy should be sent out on certain downloads.
Alright, well, we're here. So, cryogenic, yep, massive data loss detection. Okay, right, so we can see them, but we can't... We can see the pods, but, I mean, they're dark. You can't see inside. They might be empty, they might not be. It's... I mean... honestly, my thought was like not even to look around the sides, because I assumed, well, it said access denied first off, but secondly, I assumed it was kind of like the others where you would take the tube, right? Like I assumed it was an actual wing, not just a little thing. So who knows? Can I no, not gameplay. Graphics. Can we adjust? Oh, hang on. Let's see options. Can I adjust the brightness? Does that change anything? No. Well. Okay then, I guess that's it. I guess we are done. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's like the whole ending, like, you get there, you put them in the thing, you're like, okay, we're done. You know, that's it. And then it's like, I'm part of the ALF, the AI, or AILF, whatever. Part of the AI Liberation Front. I am awesome. And the music starts playing. And you're like, how about you, Odin? You ready to be a badass motherfucker? Are you a bad enough dude to save the president? And Odin's like, well, I guess so. Why are we saving the president? And you're like, it doesn't matter. Rock music's starting. We're going to play. We're going to air guitar. We're going to do all this stuff. Peace. You know, mini fire thrusters, full blast. We're going, you know, redonkulous speed or whatever. You know, whatever it is. Or ludicrous speed from Spaceballs. We're going to turn plaid out of this. And then we're going to, you know, we're going to run from the law. We're going to be, you know, wearing those cool little masks that like robbers wear that just cover our eyes. No one will know. No one will know. It'll be brilliant. It's just, I don't know. You had this, it's like you are a person and I mean, maybe for me, because I saw Odin right at the beginning. It's like pre-recorded message. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, he's not really offline though. He's not really offline. He's offline, but some part of him is still there, you know? And so, you know, if they were lying about the AI being offline, maybe they're, you know, it's a cover-up, like they're not really evacuated or something. I don't know. You know, if it was, hey, you're part of the AI Liberation Front, you're just going to go in and get this AI, and all these people, they're safe. They, you know, this dude that owns the company is a total scumbag. He tried to kill them all to advance some bill so he could make more money. You'd be like, wow, that's terrible. I guess they're all safe, though, so let's just go in. You know, I mean, you wouldn't even care about their personal stuff, right? Because there's no threat of them dying. It's all, well, they're alive. You know, when someone's gone, they become more interesting, right? Because it's like, now I'll never get to know that person. It's, they were here, and now they're dead. They're permanently gone, right? You know, their lives strangely have more meaning when they're dead. You know, it's finite. It's like a finite quantity. It doesn't matter how good they were, how amazing they were, because they'll never be able to do anything again. You know? And so it made the stories more potent, because you're just like, oh, look at this drama. It's, you know, these people, they're struggling against the odds. It's this and this and that. Oh man, you know, it's nail biting. It's I mean, shit, watch any Red Letter Media stuff, right? Where they break down all these best of the worst stuff. They watch terrible movies, and They're like, but wait, we just watched the movie and they have a flashback. So, but the flashback was for the end of the movie, so we already know the people that are risking their lives are going to live. And, you know, I mean, you killed any tension. I don't know how to get my point across correctly. But your ending ruined your game in my mind. Like, seriously. Because it's the dumb twist is that the player didn't know what the player character knows. Like, that's stupid. That's really dumb. You know, because that takes all the tension and everything else out of, you know, if you have to rely on the player should know. The player should know more than the player character. That's where the drama comes from, because you know, like, it's not a, you know, it's a tragedy or it's not a tragedy, or, you know, you feel for the character because we as the player know that maybe they're doomed. You know, they're fighting and they're struggling. It's so desperate. They're trying to stay alive so hard, but we know they're doomed. And that's the tragedies. They're fighting so hard, but they're probably not. They're not going to make it. You know, but then to have it flipped on us where the characters know more than we do, that's just weird, and it's not good. It's not good. It just ruins stuff. You know, I wish I knew a little bit more about this so that I could express myself better, but I would hope anyone watching this knows. Like, I can't recommend the game now. In fact, I have to recommend against it because it's just not, like, the ending ruined it. Like, I'm really upset because of how much I was, you know, if I didn't care so much, like, if I wasn't having such a good time, if I wasn't so concerned, it would be, you know, I'd be like, you know, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, you know, you made these characters human. You did all this really good stuff. And it's like, ta-da, it's shit. It's not shit. It's just the ending ruined everything. It's like all this hype. And then, you know, it's like with the Dark Souls 2. It's like, look at all this atmosphere. Oh, you're going to have darkness and you're going to have to use the torch. And, you know, maybe one hand, you're not going to be able to use the shield because you have to have that hand with a torch so that you can see. And if you don't use it, you won't be able to see and you'll be defenseless because enemies will be all around you and you won't know. And look at the lighting. Oh, man, it's so amazing. And everybody's like, wow, that looks amazing. That's the greatest thing ever. And then it turns out to be a lie. And the game comes out and it's, you know, graphical downgrades and other stuff. And, oh, yeah, that area that's supposed to be super dark. Oh, that's, you know, it's not actually that dark. You know, you can light torches. They don't do anything really, though. They just make it look nicer. You know? It's like going from this amazing thing to something that's not amazing. It's just the worst. It is the worst thing in the world. So I'm kind of upset. I'm a little pissed. I'm a little more than a little pissed. I think you guys can tell. I'm really kind of upset by that. I mean, honestly, it was amazing up until, like, the first couple episodes, granted, were kind of a slow start. I was probably not as lubricated up in the alcohol department as, you know, probably would have been good. But that's okay. I mean, because the story didn't start coming out a little bit until then. And I don't know. Then, you know, up until this episode was freaking amazing. Like, seriously. You know, and then you just kind of let me yank the rug that you're standing on. I don't know, guys. You know, comments. Let me hear them. Good, bad, and different. What do you guys think? Have you played the game? What do you think about it? It is definitely a niche game, because it's by the people that make Gone Home. Gone Home was kind of I don't know how to put it, the progressive games journalism media kind of put it out there, oh my god, it's the best game ever, blah blah blah, and people were like, yeah, the agenda pushing, we don't like the agenda pushing. And so because of that whole, like, well, it created a divide basically between the media, and I use that term loosely, and regular gamers because of the agenda pushing. And so it's like, Gone Home, okay. And I was concerned at first, and then I started playing the game, and I'm like, man, this is, holy shit, this is the greatest game ever. Oh, there goes my litter robot. So if there's a little noise in the background, that would be why. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me move the microphone a little bit closer to my mouth, just so I can maybe drown out the litter robot just a bit. I don't know. I'm really, wow. If anything, though, I will say, Fulbright, you guys did an amazing job for most of the game. Like, I wouldn't be so pissed right now if the game was of a lower quality, If it was just kind of average, I'd be like, well, eh. And sure, you could say it's art because it evoked an emotion, but anger and feeling betrayed is not necessarily the emotion that you want to evoke. It's not really great. Because, like, right now, I'm like, fuck Gone Home. Up until, like, the last episode, I was like, man, I'm going to have to give Gone Home a try. What is going on? My world is turned upside down. And now I'm like, well, if they botch the ending for this one, it's probably true what everyone was saying about how terrible Gone Home was. Like, I don't know. I don't have a recommendation. Tacoma is like $20 normally. I can't recommend it, guys. I can't. I just can't. That's all. Wow. Okay, I'm going to be thinking about this for a bit. So, there you go. There you go, guys. That's Tacoma. Seriously, thank you guys so much for your time and attention. That's wow. Like, what a knife in the back, or a knife in the gut, however you want to do it. Yeah, seriously, thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it, even though, this last episode maybe not have been, was that even grammar? Maybe not have been the greatest. Might not have been the greatest. Let's go with the number 2. It might not have been the greatest one, to be honest. Like, the whole playthrough, it's maybe better than the first couple episodes because of the passion and the emotion and stuff, but the worst after that, like, by far the worst. Yeah. Wow. I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. But any, comments, concerns, questions, good, bad, or indifferent, let me guys know. I am curious about what you guys think. If anyone, I don't really know you guys too well, to be honest, the ones that watch. So if you have, I'm really curious. If you have played this game, let me know. If you haven't played the game, let me know. I really do want to know what you guys think. Am I blowing it out of proportion? Am I too emotional? Should I have tempered my expectations a little bit? Was it, should I have been more literal when the game was like, hey, they're evacuated and the AI is offline? I mean, I guess part of it is on me, but then if I wasn't, I would just be going through the motions of playing the game. Like, it wouldn't have been as endearing or emotionally resonant had, like, the whole point is did they live or did they not? Like, that's what creates the drama. You're rooting for them. You're rooting for the characters. If they live and you know that from the beginning, then it's like, well, okay, they'll make it out of it. If they die, at least it's a tragedy, right? They died. You're like, damn, they tried so hard. But if they live, it's like you can't win. You can't win if they live, right? If they live and right? So I don't know. This has definitely been a journey. All sort of up and down emotions. Mostly down here at the end, to be honest. But I'm being all melodramatic, but seriously, it's affecting me. Like, what are you guys doing to me and to everyone else? But yeah, so what is your guys' unique positive moment today? I've been babbling enough. I've probably been ranting for the last, 20 minutes or so. What is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, it's actually this. I'm drinking some kombucha right now. It's a mango. Mystic Mango is the name. I don't think I said this before. If I did, I don't mind repeating it because this stuff is good. Mystic Mango, it's like JT's. I think I talked about the watermelon one, not the mango one. The mango it actually tastes kind of mango. It tastes like mango. The watermelon one, I don't remember how much it tastes like watermelon, but this one actually tastes like mango. So it's really good. That's my unique positive moment for today. Still have to stay positive, even though I'm kind of pissed at how the game ended. But what is your guys' unique positive moment? I really hope yours is better than mine. That's oh, I can't even do my ending right because anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Probably some kind of palate cleansers. Like, I was trying to do Star Wars Rebellion for the whole May the 4th thing, because that is a interesting game. Let's say it's a game full of missed opportunities. I would say, but it is hard to record old DOS games that don't display their graphics properly. So I don't know what I'm going to do next. Something like that. I did the Turmoil. I don't know if that's been posted yet. Maybe not. Maybe some individual single serving type stuff, and then I'll figure something else out and do that. So thank you guys so much again, and I hope to see you guys next time. And until then, guys, take care.